Hey guys, this is Nevin with Eco Clean Power Washing, and in this video I want to walk you through how our online quote process works. So a lot of times people will call me while I'm out on a job, or they'll call me after we just finished up a job and I'll get back to them, and they're just looking for an estimate. And what I found was that most houses that we do, the price is relatively the same, and this is why we switched to a flat rate pricing system. And so what I do is I'll take down the address and I'll take a look at it from Google Maps. I'll take a look from the aerial coverage, the street view if it's available, and I'll be able to get back to you with an accurate price based on the square footage, as well as what other services it is you're looking to have done. Now this works predominantly for residential houses. It can also work for decks as well as sidewalks and concrete. And I'll show you an example here using my address. So let's say you're a customer and you're looking to get an estimate. Instead of me having to come out and look at the property, I could do this number here where you can see we can see the street view of the home, and I can also see an aerial coverage here. So I'll come in and let's say you're looking to have your house washed, your deck, or maybe some pavers or maybe a sidewalk here. So right here I can see the rough square footage of the house, okay, from the top level. Looking at the aerial coverage, I can also see the sidewalk. So if you wanted to get a sidewalk or maybe you wanted the driveway, I can see, okay, the rough square footage. Now, I'm not the type of person who's going to nickel and dime you on every square footage. I just want to know, generally speaking, how much time is it going to take for us to complete that job? How much time per week or for this individual week am I going to have to allot for this job? And that's how I base my pricing. That and how much chemical is going to be required. That's another thing that I take into account. But we can see here, I can easily see the deck right here, and I know that it's wood. So another question, let's say you wanted a deck, I would ask, is it wood or is it composite? Because that's going to change how much chemical we have to use in our cleaning process overall, which is going to change the price. But from the street view here, I can see that it's a bi-level house, right? So it's one story here, two stories right here. For a house like this, we charge $300. If it were a full two-story house, we would charge $350, and if it were a one-story house, we would charge $250. And we did that because it's simple. It's very simple pricing. It's there's not a bunch of things that you have to take into account for it. It's simple. Aluminum, vinyl, all different things. It's a very simple, streamlined process that makes it simple for you and it makes it simple for us. And that's why we switched to that pricing method. Now, we can see here, maybe you wanted the sidewalk here. I could say, okay, I have a good idea. This is how big the sidewalk is, right? Down to the corner, down up here, and then I can come over here to this side, and I can get a good look at the driveway. Okay, this is the size of the driveway. This is the size of the house. And then maybe, just maybe, I can come over here, and I can get a good look at the deck. See, and I've done so many house washes that I can just tell by looking at it. I don't need to go look at every square meter. I don't need to go look at every little detail. Now, when I'm talking to you on the phone, maybe you have some different things that come up. So I'll just get into this real quick here. A basic house wash includes removing dirt, algae, mold, spider webs, bugs, the basic things. Maybe you have some rust on your siding, well, some irrigation rust or rust on your gutters. That's a different service, but that's something we would talk about, and then I would get an accurate price quote to you. We can do that either by you sending me pictures or me coming out and looking. There's two different options here. Or maybe you have oxidized gutters. For those of you who don't know, oxidized gutters are black stripes that run down the gutters there, and they normally happen over time. If you've gone years without cleaning them, you'll start to see the black stripes. We can remove that. It's not included with the house wash, but it's pretty basic flat rate pricing as well. And it's the same way with cleaning the insides of the gutters here. I can clearly see the house. I can clearly see how many gutters we have. So I can give you a very quick online estimate by looking at it. Now, the great thing about this is I can also do it on my cell phone. So there are a lot of times where I'm out with the guys power washing a house and I don't have my computer handy, but I get a phone call from somebody who's looking to get a power washing estimate, and I can quickly give them an estimate just by looking on their phone, looking at their house from my phone, and having a phone call conversation with them at the same time, which allows me to kind of get them an accurate price quote right over the phone without any back and forth. So that's how our online price estimation system works. Like I said, we have flat rate for residential. Now for commercial, it's a different story, but for residential, when it comes to house washing, decks, concrete, patios, pavers, gutter cleaning, lots of different things, we can look right here. Now, there are some cases, some rare cases, where maybe there is a lot of rust or maybe there is a lot of oxidation or something that's not as simple to just look at it here. For cases like that, or maybe it's a very big double level deck, wood, different materials, that's something that we would probably be more comfortable coming out and looking at Well, those are rare instances. That's probably only 10 to 20% of the cases. 9 times out of 10, we can do a very accurate and reasonable price quote right over the phone within minutes, rather than making you wait days or weeks just to get a price quote and then another week just to get scheduled. This allows us to save up a lot of time on our end, which in turn allows us to schedule jobs quickly, because I'm out less looking at jobs and I'm out more doing the actual power washing jobs and doing the estimates while on jobs. So that's how our online price estimation system works, and that's why we switched to flat rate pricing rather than square footage and these sorts of things. So hopefully this video kind of helps you with pricing. And for those of you who are interested in just kind of our flat rate prices, like I said, a two-story house starts at $350. And 9 times out of 10, that's what it'll be, unless you have oxidation or rust. A one-story house is 250. A bi-level is 300. And then a concrete, just to kind of give you an idea, a concrete sidewalk like this, we would charge $150 for, just for this little sidewalk up here, and then we'd blow off the front porch as well. Gutter cleaning around this entire house, you'd be looking at $200. And I'm just saying these numbers to kind of gauge, so you can kind of use your intellect to kind of determine, okay, well, my house is maybe slightly bigger than I can expect to pay that, or maybe slightly bit more, or my house is slightly smaller, so I can expect to pay around that range, or maybe slightly less. So hopefully this video helped you guys in terms of our pricing, how our pricing works, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you. Appreciate your support for EcoClean.